All right, guys, on the sawmill right now, I got a white pine. I started on this one last night. I'm doing 1x8s on it. And we should get a few more out of this, probably 5 more in this log to be finished. Then we're gonna start on this red cedar over here. This one shouldn't take too long. We got a brand new blade on the sawmill. Silvertip Turbo 7, I get those from Joe Maine down in Georgia. If you want those blades, guys, give him a phone call. His cell phone number is down in the video description. 2 more things here and we'll get started, guys. Number 1, I want to thank everybody on Patreon for supporting me here on the channel. I really appreciate it. Number 2, I want to say hello to Rita Bond up in Indiana. She's been feeling under the weather lately, but hopefully she's doing better. She's the mother of Jeff Bond, who's a Patreon member. He's been a long-time supporter of the channel. So Rita, if you're watching, we all hope you're feeling better and you hang in there. So let's get this pine cut up here, friends. We'll move on to the cedar. On the sawmill, we got an eastern red cedar. A lot of people call this juniper, and I don't really care what you call it. We all know what it is. It smells good when you saw it, and it's got a pretty red color to it. This is a 10-footer, and by the looks of it, it's been on the ground either for a long time or it was dead standing. I bought this cedar with another load of cedar a couple of months ago, and I think this was probably dead standing, and he threw it in the bunch with the rest of them because the bark is completely gone and there's no signs of life whatsoever. It's a 10-footer. It's a pretty small one, actually. Down here on the far end, we're looking at 8 inches on the diameter. Over here facing you guys on the operator's side, we're looking at 10 inches. Now, my dad needs some 4x4s. I actually have a post over here that I'll resaw down after this one to a 4x4. He needs 2 of them. So we'll probably get a 4x4 out of this one and complete his order right there and what he's needing for a porch he's building. But there's a lot of knots here, guys. I tell you, this is going to be some hard sawing today. There's just tons of knots on this cedar. And I've said it many a times, when you're sawing on a sawmill, it don't matter what sawmill it is, when you hit a knot, it's like hitting a brick wall. That goat's hollering over there. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I hope his head is not stuck in the fence again. He needs to make his fences a little bit better over there, I think. The fence gap is, you know, it's like a field fence for horses. It's not for goats. He sticks his head right through it every time. So what was I saying? Yeah, so the knots, I got a little off topic right there. So the knots are like hitting a brick wall. You got to slow down just a little or else you'll have a wave almost every time downward on these band sawmills. Circle sawmills, I'm not sure. Maybe one of you guys out there that run a circle sawmill will let us know what you do when you run into knots. Maybe you don't do nothing, you just plow right through them, I don't know. If you're going to a grocery store or Lowe's or anywhere, even the Burger King dining room, and you're paying for your meal or your products, do 2 things here and you'll make everybody so much happier. Number 1, put your cell phone down and do your transaction. Don't answer the phone if it rings. And if you're on the phone, get off of it before you go into the store, or better yet, are in the line to pay for your stuff. Number 2, when you're done paying for your items, leave. Keep on walking. Don't sit there and talk to the cashier. I was at Lowe's over the weekend and I stood there for 5 minutes while these two guys talked to the cashier after they made their purchase. Now they were flirting with her. She wasn't responding at all. It was kind of embarrassing for those guys, I think, because they thought they was getting somewhere and she could really care less. She was wanting to get on with her day. But my goodness, people, move on. You know, there's a Johnny Cash song called Move On about Vietnam. Move on, because it don't mean nothing what you're saying. Get out of everybody's way. Everybody's got somewhere to be. You know, everybody's busy. So there's my other rant for the day. Get on with it. As my Papa John would say, get. Move on, you know. Kills me. Drives me crazy. All right, guys. I just looked at the radar and the thunderstorms are getting close. We're probably going to saw this into a 4x4, resaw the other one, and unless the weather takes a different route, I'll probably be shutting down after that because I don't like sawing. I don't mind sawing in the rain because I am covered, but if it's a lot of lightning and thunder going on, I don't like doing that because the operator stand is out here on the far end. All right, guys, let's see what happens here.